Good morning. It's time for the Getzlow Report, the voice of the people. And now, here's your host, Doug Getzlow.
Good morning and welcome to Getzlow Report. We're glad to have you joining us here today. We're going to be talking about a very important issue facing America today, and that is a situation concerning a Marine Lieutenant, Joshua Waddell. We've got both Colonel Jeff Adicott, who is no stranger to our regular listeners, the head of the St. Mary's School of Law, the Center for Terrorism Law at St. Mary's University in Texas, is joining us. He's only got a couple minutes, but he is going to give us an overview, if you will, about the Waddell situation, and then we will talk with Commander Mark Waddell. Who we got? Jeff? We got
Yes.
Colonel. All right, Colonel Adicott, go ahead and give us a little intro on the Joshua Waddell situation.
Yeah, we're still pursuing the case and trying to procure justice for Joshua Waddell. He is a Marine lieutenant that's been wrongfully accused of violating supercilious rules of engagement in a combat incident that occurred in 1 November of 2011. He ordered Marine snipers to wound a tractor, to stop a tractor that was trying to take an enemy combatant that was wounded and to escape with him. So he ordered the tractor to be disabled, which it was. No civilians were killed. As a consequence of that, he was relieved from his command position as the executive officer, given a fitness report that ended his career. Our Center for Terrorism Law is engaged full force ahead to try to get his career back, get his integrity back, and also to assist other soldiers that are wrongfully persecuted for violating these quote-unquote rules of engagement that make our soldiers basically criminals for doing their job.
Well, Colonel, this, of course, is sort of a disturbing report, and we've heard about the incident from you and from very spurious news reports on this thing. This is a pretty serious issue. What can, we'll talk to, of course, Commander Waddell in just a minute. What you all are doing, you're providing a legal defense or
right.
Whatever we need to do
We're providing the legal assistance for him to get the fitness report that destroyed his career off his military record, and we're also doing that from a public relations standpoint, because what they did, they stabbed him in the back. They didn't charge him with a crime for violating these rules. They simply stabbed him in the back and said, well, we'll administratively destroy your career and your reputation. So what we've been doing is trying to flood the Commandant of the Marine Corps, the Secretary of the Navy, senators, congressmen, to demand that action. So we're trying to get folks at the very top level of our government to say, this is insane, and get them to pick up the phone and make this bureaucratic nightmare go away for this hero. And that's what Mark Waddell, which is a retired Navy SEAL, a hero in his own right, is engaged fully, not just for his son, but for all of our soldiers that are being persecuted for this. For the way that we conduct this war. It's conducted as a Harvard term paper almost, and it's just absolutely insane.
Okay, Colonel. Well, we know you've got obligations, and we appreciate you introing the situation, and then we will do what we can to get the word out to send emails to the assorted lot that you mentioned. Let me just ask, we'll ask Commander Waddell that, and we'll have you back again soon, Colonel. Thanks so much for all that you do.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, Godspeed. Let's go ahead and bring on to the Getzlow Report now Commander Mark D. Waddell, United States Navy SEAL, retired. I want to give just a little bit of an intro. I don't want to I don't know if I can embarrass the SEAL, but Commander Waddell is a highly decorated combat veteran of 25 years of extensive military special operations experience. To just at the very least to mention to you that he has been decorated for heroism, combat valor, merit, and achievement, led and directed missions, planning, provided logistical oversight for classified operations in politically sensitive regions or countries, working in or with 96 nations on 6 continents to complete the classified assignments while managing a multi-million-dollar personnel and training budgets, and most notably while serving as Director of Operations for Naval Special Warfare Group 2, located at the Naval Amphibious Base, Little Creek, Norfolk, Virginia. Commander led and directed special ops in the global war on terrorism during our most demanding period in naval special warfare history. Executed operational expenditures of $52 million annually, training, equipping, deploying, and sustaining 450 special ops members into combat, worldwide operations, classified special activities, as well as manage operations of 1,200 personnel in 8 subordinate commands. And this is just a fraction of what Commander Waddell has done in his bio, and he is a avid humanitarian himself, and also his wife Marshall is also president of One Hope Inc., and their website is onehopeministry.com. It's a 501c3 organization that brings help, hope, and healing to returning combat warriors and their families. I could go on and on and on, but I'd rather bring Commander Waddell on the Getzler Report. Good morning, Commander. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
Hi, Doug. Thanks for having me on.
Well, we're honored to have you on, and first we want to thank you for serving our great country as you have, not only heroically, but very dedicated warrior, and we salute you for that, as we salute everyone who has served and is still serving in the United States Armed Forces. It humbles me when I have a man of really a true American hero. I know you're blushing. I don't know if SEALs blush or not, but we are really honored to have you on here, and we were aghast, along with a few other words, at what has occurred to the situation with your son Joshua. We're of course big fans of Colonel Adicott and the St. Mary's School of Law and the Center for Terrorism Law, and have been for years. We've had Colonel Adicott coming on the Getzler Report long before it was popular, probably 5 years ago, and we're honored to still have him. He has never turned down a request that we've ever had, and to have someone of that capability helping your son, I'm confident that hopefully there'll be a resolution of this. Now, what Colonel Adicott couldn't do because of time, and of course you're here with us, why don't you take us back, let's do first the earth cooled, then the dinosaurs came. Take us back to November 1 and tell us a little bit more detail of the situation that Joshua was facing in Afghanistan.
Yeah, let me take it back 2 days earlier than that, Doug. On the 28th of October of 11, one of my son's men was critically wounded and is now a triple amputee from an IED maker who they've been trying to track down in the Helmand province of Afghanistan. And for your listeners who don't know much about Helmand province, it's the most lethal province for U.S. and coalition forces, and they're pushing up around 850 fatalities, coalition fatalities in this area. So it's a very dangerous area in southern Afghanistan. And my son had just lost Corporal Jonathan Schumacher as a triple amputee, medevaced him out, and so high on their priority was to kill or capture this the chief IED maker in the area, who was laying mines, who was emplacing mines on the roads that our Marines were that they were patrolling on a daily basis. So on the 28th, Jonathan was critically wounded. They really put a full court press on trying to find this guy. On the 1st of November, my son was in the Combat Operations Center and was the senior officer for his company there, where they positively ID'd the chief IED cell leader on the very same road where Jonathan was critically injured and wounded, and they pushed it up to battalion, and battalion positively ID'd this guy, and then they gave my son a direct order to take him out. And so while this chief IED maker was in the process, I mean, I want the listeners to really clearly understand what's going on here. While he was in the process of emplacing more mines right in the location where